Good afternoon. So, it's true what they say. It's not what you say, but how you say it. And that introduction made me feel so important. Thank you, Teja. So, seeing as this is a youth event, I thought I should come here looking youthful. And so I squeezed myself into my school uniform.
Oh, that's good.
In 2002, this was my school uniform. Now, 2002, you weren't even born. I think your parents were not even married. But that was the year I graduated. And in 2002 also, you did not have Facebook. We did not have Facebook. So when I graduated, my friends wrote me their messages on this shirt. This was our Facebook wall. And this shirt hasn't been washed for 16 years. So if you smell something, excuse me. So as my topic is about keeping the child within us alive, I'd like to start with my story. So first, I'd like to ask you a question before I start. How many of you think you're special? Only? Okay. How many of you think you're cool? Okay, I'll give you an easier one. How many of you can dance? Okay, this should be easy, this should be easy. How many of you are excited to go back to school tomorrow? Okay. So, the reason I ask those questions, because if this was a 7-year-old audience, when I ask who is cool, the whole audience would raise their hand. In this audience, I only had half of you saying you're cool, but a 7-year-old knows they're cool, and they will raise their hand. When I asked who can dance, only a few of you said you could dance. But a 7-year-old dances. I have a niece who's 2, and her 7-year-old sisters, when the music goes on, she will do this. To her, this is dancing. And when I asked the question, can you dance, I did not mean how well you could dance. I just said if you could dance, and you can dance. And when I asked if you're excited to go to school, many of you were not. But a child, 7-year-old, is always excited for new things. When I was 7, I was always excited to go to school, every single day. Even the days when I'm sick, I want to go back to school. Because every day is a new day for me. With that, let me get into my presentation. So I was born in 1985. This is my school card. I don't know if our own still has these cards, but during my time, this was my card. When I was born, of course, I was born after so many trials for my parents to get children. They tried and tried and tried, and in the end, they got me. And the day I was born was a huge day, celebrated for 3 days. Can you imagine? They celebrated my birth for 3 whole days. I had dancers coming to my birth. I had people from all over the city attending my birth because it was such an auspicious day. But then, my rank as the eldest demoted because my brother was born. And after my brother, a sister was born. And after the sister, another sister was born. So from here, I came down to here. But of course I know, and all of you here who are the eldest, how many of you are the eldest? All right. You know that you are number 1.
Yes.
And you'll stay number 1. But of course I love my siblings. My parents always tell me you are the eldest, you need to take care of them, they are your siblings, and I do. I love them. I love to hate them. I'm kidding. I love them. I do. So moving forward, when I was a young girl, I loved myself. And as I explained, a 7-year-old person always loves themselves, right? So I did not know there was anything wrong with me until we took this picture. Now, I have to cover the faces of all the other students, but you see that girl there that's not covered? That's me. And the day this picture was taken, I was told that my lips were too fat. And so, in this close-up, you will see that I'm trying to purse my lips so people don't see that they are fat. In this world, we're always told things. Our young minds are constantly downloading information. Yes? We're downloading a negative comment from here, we're downloading a virus from here, and this virus ultimately causes us to get sick sometimes. We have teenagers, unfortunately, with depression. We have teenagers who don't like the way they look. That happens because we're constantly listening to negative comments. But I think if only we go back to that 7-year-old who thinks they're cool, who thinks they can do anything, and who believes in themselves, that's all we need. And I call that going back to our manufacturer settings. Now, we are all with information and application, but if only we reset, we go back to the manufacturer settings. So after I grew up, here, when I was told that my lips were too fat, I immediately lost my confidence, and I knew that I did not look as good as everyone around me from that single comment. And as I grew up a little bit, I remember my computer teacher, whom I hated. Don't hate your computer teachers, but I hated mine. She told me that because I wasn't a good student, I was better off sitting at home and getting married. And that day, again, I was crushed, and I felt that I was not good for anything. I believed that I could not achieve anything. And as I grew up again, now I'm 16, and of course this is the time girls look at boys, and boys look at girls. And of course, as our host came here, he said that there were rumors about him with a girl. That happens, doesn't it? And it happened with me. A boy looked at me strange, he made a disgusted face, and that was the end of my confidence. I was crushed. But of course, I graduated school, and after I graduated, I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I sat at home for a long time until my landlord, whom you may also know as my mother, she asked me to take up a job. And I did. I started working as a secretary for a water company. And working in that company, I came across a magazine, right? And in the magazine, they showed a young gentleman holding a trophy. And the gentleman was very handsome, by the way. Looking at the publication, I thought, I want that. The trophy, not the gentleman. I want that trophy, and I want to feel confident, and I want to feel happy. And I realized that that trophy was actually given to him at a public speaking event. So after I asked around, I knew that that was a Toastmaster event, and Toastmasters is basically a public speaking front, and that's where I went. And when I joined Toastmasters, the first time I spoke for exactly 40 seconds. Because that was, I was so nervous. I did not know what to say. I spoke for 40 seconds exactly. But today, I have this chance to speak in front of you, I think for 15 minutes. So that's a huge leap from the 40 seconds. After Toastmasters, that's when I decided to just try everything. I tried speaking. In Toastmasters, I also tried debate. I tried competing in contests. I tried everything under the sun. And that's my message to you as youngsters, to try everything. You will be getting ideas from everywhere. You'll be downloading information every single day. Every single day you'll be told your hair is not nice. Every single day you'll be told your nose is big, your lips are fat. You wear glasses, you have 4 eyes. But what we need to do is reset. Every time we hear that, we reset and we go back to our manufacturer's settings, which is the mind of that 7-year-old child. So today, when I take photos, my lips are never pursed. Today, when I take photos, this is what I look like. Smiling, in my victory mode, because that is what we all are. We all have something within us to give. And as youngsters, you should know this. You have something in you to give to the world. Whether it's a smile, whether it's a helping hand, it's something that you're giving back to the world. And that's what's important. So again, I ask you a question now. How many of you think you're cool? More. Wonderful. How many of you can dance? Okay, wonderful. How many of you are excited to go back to school tomorrow? Okay. So, I too know how to dance, and I have been practicing. So if this goes sideways, call the ambulance. Okay, so I'm trying to moonwalk. And if it doesn't work, I tried my best. And I'll continue to practice. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.